Kia ora team, this is the second video in the set for Wednesday and Thursday, and it's about using known facts to solve your times table problems. Sometimes you know some of your times tables, but not all of your times tables. And so this is a strategy that you can use if you know some of your easier times tables, and you can apply them in order to solve some of the harder problems, like the 7 times tables or the 8 times tables, which I find a bit trickier. Let's have a go with an example question, and I'll show you how to use this strategy. Okay, so our first problem we're going to do is 6 times 7. Now, if you just know the answer to 6 times 7 off the top of your head, because you've been practicing your extra maths and you know your basic facts, fantastic, that's great. But I'm going to show you the strategy of how you could work out the answer if you don't know the fact. Okay, so I'm going to look at this number 7 first of all. I know that 7 is made up of 5 and 2. 5 and 2 make 7. 5 plus 2 makes 7. So, because I don't know what 6 times 7 is, I could solve 6 times 5, because the 5 times tables is easy, right? And I could solve 6 times 2, because the 2 times tables is easy. And then, just like I had to join them together here, if I join those answers together, I'll have the answer. So, I'm going to break up 6 times 7 into 6 times 5, and 6 times 2. Right, help me skip count on 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 6 times 5 is 30. That wasn't too hard. Right, now I need to do my 2 times tables. 2 times tables are easy. 2 lots of 6 is 12. Now, I have to join them together because 5 and 2 together makes 7, so I have to join the answers together to work out my final answer. I could use a lot of strategies here. I'm going to use standard working form in this case. 0 plus 2 is 2, and 3 plus 1 is 4. So the answer to 6 times 7 is 42. And I used my known facts of 6 times 5 and 6 times 2 because they were really easy times tables. Let's try another one. The 8 times tables I find pretty tricky as well. I don't know why, they've always just bothered me a little bit. Let's go 7 times, let's go 4. Let's go 4 times 8. Now, if you know the basic fact off the top of your head, sweet as, you don't need to worry about that, okay? But again, I'm going to use some known facts to help me out here. Let's practice the strategy. What is 4 times 8? Well, I could break up the 4 or I could break up the 8. In this case, I might break up the 4. The last time I broke up the second number. This time I'm going to break up the 4. Now I know that 4 is the same as 2 plus 2. Yeah? 2 plus 2 is 4. Everyone knows that since new entrants, right? Now the 2 times tables is easy. So if I can keep it in the 2 times tables, I will. So instead of going 4 times 8, I'm going to go 2 times 8 and 2 times 8. What's 2 times 8? Well, 8 plus 8 is 16. So 2 times 8 is 16. And this one will be 16 as well. Now I just need to join them together. I'm going to use working form this time. 6 plus 6 is 12. Put the 2 at the bottom, carry the 1. And 10, 20, 30. The answer is 32. So, the key lesson here is it doesn't matter if you break up the first number or the second number. Equally, I could have solved this problem not by breaking up the 4, by keeping it as the 4 and breaking up the 8. I could have solved this as 4 times 5 and 4 times 3, because 5 and 3 together make 8. I think it was easier to do it in the 2 times tables though in this case. Remember, a good mathematician always wants to find the easy, most efficient way of solving a problem. Right, we can also do it by making the number bigger rather than breaking it into smaller parts. Have a look at this one, 6 times 9. Now, I'm not very good at my 9 times tables, so I want to find an easier way to solve this. Hey, I know that 9 is really close to 10, right? It's only 1 off. So I could solve this as 6 times 10, because the 10 times tables are easy. Everyone knows that 6 times 10 is 60. Now that's one group of 6 more than 6 times 9, right? So if I subtract 6, which is one group of 6, from that, I'll have the answer to 6 times 9. 6 times 10 is 60. Take away 6 is 54. Right? So 6 times 9 is 54. But I solved it not by multiplying by 9, but instead by multiplying by 10, which is one more group of 6, and then taking the 6 off at the end. It's kind of like compensation when we use our addition and subtraction strategy. Okay? Let's have another go at one like that. What if I had, let's go 7 times 11. No, let's go 7 times 9. 7 times 9. Alright, I don't know my 7 times tables very well, and I don't know my 9 times tables very well, so this is going to be really tricky. But hey, I noticed that 7 times 9, 9 is really close to 10. So what if I just do 7 times 10? 7 times 10 is 70, and because I had 9 and I changed it into 10, I added on one group of 7, right? So I have to take that group of 7 off at the end. What is 70 take away 7? Well, I hope you know that the answer is 63. You can just count backwards to solve that. Alright, 70, 69, 68, 67, 66, 65, 64, 63. I just counted back 7. Cool team, there's one more way we can do this, and I'll show you now. What if I have a problem like 6 times 40? Yeah? Now, skip counting in 6s that many times is going to be pretty tricky, right? And using the doubling tree, that's a lot of 6s to write out. But if a number ends in 0, we can just pretend that the 0 isn't even there. And just look at it like this, 6 times 4. Now I can skip count that, 6, 12, 18, 24. So 6 times 4 is 24. Therefore, 6 times 40, all we have to do is take that 0 and put it on the end. 240. What if I had asked, what is 6 times 41? 6 times 41. Well, I could solve that as 6 times 40 plus one more group of 6. 6. Now 6 times 4 is 24, so that's going to be 240. And then one more group of 6, that's going to change it from 240 into 246. This is how we use known facts in order to solve more difficult, complex multiplication problems. Once we know some of our times tables, we can use that knowledge to solve all of the other times table problems we get. Have a go at the practice tasks. For Wednesday, I've given you my example of how you could solve it. So I think the first question on there is 3 times 9. And in brackets, I've put, solve it as 3 times 10 minus 3. On Thursday, though, I haven't given you what to do it as, so you're going to have to try and work out the known fact all by yourself. Best of luck, guys. See you later.